Yes, I do have a problem. Hey, what's poppin', boys, girls, and everybody in between and otherwise? My name's Adri, and welcome back to Life Hates Adri. It's been a while. I know. School has just... It's not even just school. I'm tired, man. Anyways, this isn't a therapy session. This is skincare. About 4 months ago, I made a video talking about skincare and me starting a new skincare routine. And 4 months later, I am kind of addicted. And it's okay. I'm fine with it. My bank account disagrees, but I'm fine with it because my skin has, holy shit, drastically improved. For reference, I am not wearing makeup right now. I would not have done that months ago. I'm very happy about it. So I'm gonna talk to you more about skincare and what I'm doing and my progress because holy shit, I'm proud of it. So like I said, before I get into talking about what I'm doing, I kind of want to talk a little bit about my skincare journey. Of course, it goes way back further than this. When I was in like grade 5 and 6, I used to clean my face with fucking oxy pads, which are basically little pads drenched in alcohol, and I wondered why my skin didn't improve. We're not going to talk about that because that's like, please don't do that. Don't wash your face with oxy pads. I can obviously go into a very in-depth timeline if you guys want one day, but is it really gonna help you with me telling you not to use oxy pads? No, it's like me telling you not to wash your face with Lysol wipes. It's kind of like the same thing. I'm gonna start with February 2020, which is just about a year ago. This is what my face looked like then. I was going through a stressful time to say the least, and my skin was holy shit representing that. I also wasn't using things that were very good for my skin. I think I was using the Neutrogena Pink grapefruit wash, which isn't necessarily bad. I don't know, but it didn't do anything for me. I mean, it did for like a little bit, for like a month after I started using it, and then it just kind of stopped. So I have very bad acne prone skin, and this just wasn't doing anything for that. On top of being stressed, I was also eating like shit. I was eating like absolute garbage. I would scarf down Nutella sandwiches left, right, and center. I'd straight up take it right out of the jar with the spoon. And I know I've heard dermatologists talk about how food doesn't necessarily cause acne, but it can worsen it on acne prone skin. And that's what happened to me. It just stayed the same for a few months. And it got a little bit better as I switched to like Cetaphil, but I was using the Gentle Wash and that didn't really help my face all that much. I hadn't actually used any serums or anything. I know, it's bad. Until May of 2020, which is when I decided to start the skincare routine. At the time, I hadn't seen a dermatologist yet, so I started off with I have it here. I have both of them. This has lasted me since May. I use it twice a day now. I start off with something really, really easy and simple, just based on what I researched online. If you want to look at specifically more in depth of what I was doing in May and why I was doing some of these things, you can click somewhere up here. I don't know where it is. I made a whole video on it, and that's when I started my skincare journey. So you can see how far I've come. So this is the CeraVe Foaming Cleanser. This is meant for dry... So this is a CeraVe Foaming... I fucking said this 4 times now. This is the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. It has, I believe, niacinamide and hyaluronic acid as well as ceramides. I don't have oily skin, I have dry skin, but I think this works wonders. I think it's doing so well. And this one has niacinamide in it. I don't believe the hydrating cleanser has niacinamide, which is why I think I went with this. Then I'll get into why I like niacinamide later. I also got this, the CeraVe Moisturizing Lotion. I have been using it for a while. It has hyaluronic acid. I quite like it. I've changed a little bit, and I'll show you what in a second. I was still wearing makeup quite a bit at the time. I had a lot of concealer on and stuff, so I decided to go with a double cleanse, starting with a deep oil cleanse. Deep cleansing oil. There we go. I find this works well. I haven't really used that much of it, and that's because I just don't wear makeup often. But it does really, really help at taking off the makeup without having to go with a makeup wipe. Because I was using makeup wipes for a while. Was not good. Don't do that. I was also using the niacinamide every single day. So this is the niacinamide 10%, 1% zinc from The Ordinary. And then after a while, I was using this, the Paula's Choice 2% salicylic acid BHA liquid exfoliant. It works wonders. I love this thing. At the time, I was using it twice a week. I don't do it like that anymore. Once again, I'll explain in a second. So this is what my face looked like when I started this whole process. And this is what my face looks like now. It's the same angle, same lighting. I am so proud. It's literally unreal. And I have changed my skincare routine since then. So these pictures were taken in December of 2020, so literally like 2 weeks ago, I think. And as I said, I've changed things since May when I started this. The stuff that I mentioned before helped me get pretty far, but it didn't do as much as I wanted, because what I really want, a few things. I want a lot. Because my goals are basically to get rid of my acne, and as well as address the hyperpigmentation and some scarring that I have because I've had acne for a while. And also my under eye bags. I still have them. We'll get into that. And I think all those products did that okay. I used them for about a month and a half before I went to a dermatologist and I got a prescription, and I've changed my routine since then as well. This is my routine now. I'll let you know when I started using certain things and how I'm using them. So right now, Monday through Saturday, this is what I use and why I use these things. If I'm wearing makeup, which I still do very occasionally, I use the deep cleansing oil, which is just to take off the makeup really. It doesn't fully cleanse your face, but you have to put it on dry skin, so I don't wash my face or anything. I don't put water on it. I just put a little bit of this on my hand and I rub it in, and it clumps up the makeup and it removes it pretty well. Then I rinse it off and I wash my face with the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. This actually washes your face, not just washing your makeup off, and I find it very helpful. Like I said, it has niacinamide in it, which I love, and it has hyaluronic acid. So the niacinamide is going to address the brightening aspect of restoring my skin barrier and helping with the luminosity of my skin. Luminosity. I don't know. After doing that, I use a prescription called Biacna, something. This is a prescription. It is 1.2% clindamycin phosphate and 0.025% tretinoin. Clindamycin phosphate is an antibacterial agent. It's used to actually fight the acne on your face. You can put it on other parts of your body. And yeah, it's just meant to fight the active acne. Tretinoin is a retinoid, and retinoids increase skin cell production on your face or other parts of your body, just on your skin. And this will help with fine lines and wrinkles, as well as dark spots and hyperpigmentation, which is what I want to address. This is like the holy grail. I honestly think this is what has helped my face the absolute most, other than actually washing it and sticking to a routine. However, it is a prescription, so you do need to see a doctor, a dermatologist to get it. But if you can't get it, if you can't get the prescription, you can't see a doctor, because sometimes people can't. That's okay. You can address this in other ways. For example, benzoyl peroxide also works at fighting active acne. That you don't need a prescription for. You can just look at products with benzoyl peroxide in them. After that, I just put on the CeraVe moisturizing cream. Instead of the lotion, I didn't want to bring it down. It's a pretty big tub and it was under some stuff, so I didn't want to bring it. The moisturizing cream I find is more moisturizing than the moisturizing lotion. It's really meant for very dry to dry skin. I use it at night because I find that it sits on my face better and it doesn't make me as oily in the mornings. I don't remember if it has hyaluronic acid specifically, but it does have a humectant in it, which means that it draws moisture from the air and holds it into your face, and that's what I love about it, and it helps preserve my skin barrier. I totally forgot to say this when I was filming, but I'm gonna say it now. I do mention it a little bit later, but it's gonna be a little confusing if I whip out the whole list later. You'll see. I actually use the Inky List caffeine eye cream right after I put on the Biacna. It just goes right under my eyes. On my under eyes, it's supposed to help with under eye puffiness and dark circles. And this is really what my nighttime routine looks like from Monday to Saturday. However, on Sunday nights, I do only one thing differently. Instead of using the Biacna, which is the clindamycin and the tretinoin, I use Paula's Choice 2% BHA exfoliating, liquid exfoliant. This is per dermatologist recommendation. I know I've seen tons of posts everywhere saying that you shouldn't use tretinoin or retinols or retinoids and also this at the same time. So I don't, I alternate on days. I just have the one day for this. Like I said, per dermatologist recommendation, obviously speak to a dermatologist, speak to a skin health expert if you can. It has salicylic acid in it, so it's gonna go really deep into my pores and get rid of the gunk. So that's gonna help with acne as well as hyperpigmentation, and it's just really good exfoliant for your skin. Now for mornings, because I actually use a morning routine instead of splashing some water on my face and calling it a day. I wake up and immediately I put on the CeraVe Foaming Facial. I wake up and I wash my face with the CeraVe moisturizing, nope. I wake up and I wash my face with the CeraVe Foaming Facial Cleanser. I already discussed why I like this. That's what I use. And then things get a little bit complicated. I didn't do this in the summer. I didn't do it when it was more humid out. Because it is winter, I decided to get the hyaluronic acid 2% plus, what is it, B5 from The Ordinary. because my skin is dry, and instead of just packing on more creams and such, which I feel are just heavier for my skin, I decided to get a serum which has hyaluronic acid in it, which is humectant. It'll hydrate my face. You do have to put it on wet/damp skin. So what I do is after I wash that, I pat very lightly with the towel dry, and I put this all over my cheeks while it's still a little damp. On my forehead, I do something differently. I don't know if this is scientifically sound, but I found it to be helpful. I put on the niacinamide 10% plus zinc 1% on my forehead. So I also need oil control, which is what niacinamide is good for. Helps restore your skin barrier. It also helps with oil control, and it's kind of like a brightening agent. After putting on those, I use the CeraVe moisturizing lotion. I already said why I like this. It has hyaluronic acid in it. However, I do find that it makes my face kind of greasy afterwards. I might end up switching to the moisturizing cream during the day too, once I finish this bottle, because it's not bad by any means, but I do feel like it makes my skin a little bit more oily than I'd like. And for the first time ever, I use a moisturizing fucking sunscreen every time I leave my house. This is the Neutrogena Moisture Oil-Free SPF 30. I put this on whenever I know I'm gonna go outside. Like I said, I don't open those blinds. I don't really need it when I'm inside, even though I'm not on vacation somewhere in a hot, warm, sunny beach, which is where I would love to be. Using the retinoids, using the salicylic acid, using the niacinamide, using all that makes my skin so much more susceptible to sun damage. So to prevent that, SPF 30 whenever I leave my house. I don't know how good this is. I've only been using it for a month now. I find it helpful because it doesn't leave a white cast or anything. And I usually don't like sunscreens because they make my face kind of oily, but I find that this one doesn't do that all that much. It's also oil-free and fragrance-free. And I believe it's I struggle with that word. It doesn't clog pores, so good. And that's what I do. It's a little complicated, I know, and it went from being pretty simple to not so simple. But that's because I have listened to my skin throughout the months that I've been doing this, and it's worked well. I forgot one thing. I almost forgot. I use the Inkyless Caffeine Eye Cream every morning and every night. I just put it under my under eyes. It's supposed to help with puffiness and dark circles. I use it right after I put on the prescription or the salicylic acid at night, and in the mornings I use it right as I'm using the serums. Like I said, it's supposed to help with puffiness and dark circles, which I have because I don't sleep. I do find that it helps with puffiness a lot. It only helps a little bit with dark circles, but I think that's because my dark circles aren't really caused by a lack of sleep. I mean, of course they're exacerbated by a lack of sleep, but I was looking back at old pictures and I found that even when I was a kid, I had dark circles, and I think that's just because of the way my under eyes are set. So not this thing's fault. It does help a ton with puffiness. So yeah, that's my routine. I love it. It has gotten a lot more complicated, and obviously if you're just starting out, you're just learning about how to help your skin, definitely research and stick to something simple until you can listen to your skin and address it better. Obviously, don't take my word as gospel. Go see a dermatologist if you can. Look at experts, do your own research, and happy skincare journeys for all. Obviously, like I said, my skin isn't perfect yet, but I'm happy with how far it's come. Being comfortable in your own skin is so important. Months ago, like I said, I would not have been able to do this without makeup on. I would have been very uncomfortable with it, and now I'm like, I like it. I'm happy. I'm happy with where things are going. Yeah, take care of your skin. Even if you don't have acne, take care of your skin. Please and thank you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you. I'm not gonna lie and say next week. Eventually, I'll see you.